The website says that Rotman is looking for four qualities: intellectual horsepower, experience and impact, communications and presence, and the spike factor. I'd like to focus on the spike factor because I think the first three are more easily understood.
Yeah.
What is the spike factor? How would you describe it?
What is the spike factor? We like to joke, it's spiky. Is what it is. Yeah. So, and maybe I'll take a step back and sort of just addressing all the different components
Okay.
of the application, and then kind of like focus in on the spike factor. The idea behind all of those different elements is really for us to make the most holistic sort of assessment of any one candidate that is applying. And so we welcome all applications, we welcome all walks of life and all different kinds of experiences. And that really helps us in terms of the diversity of our class, the kind of thought diversity, experiential diversity, regional diversity that comes into our classrooms, because there's a lot of learning from each other and with each other and about each other, which I think is hugely important and something we value here at the Rotman School very much. And so the spike factor in turn is sort of that opportunity for us to look at some of the parts of someone's professional or extracurricular profile that might not necessarily overtly come out in other parts of the application. So we really are keen to know about people's extracurricular profiles, the way that their different capacities and capabilities have been developed over time. So for example, if you were a professional athlete and maybe you weren't necessarily in industry, in a conventional corporate job, but you've still developed very strong leadership capacity and very strong international perspective because perhaps you've traveled, and great communication skills. Those are things that we value in the review of that person and help us to get a better gauge on things like communication, presence, which we can differentiate a little bit later, to round out the professional profile or the candidate profile. So again, it's another factor that we consider that helps us get a little bit of a pulse on the different kind of perspectives, professional, extracurricular, lived experience that may prime someone for a really strong candidacy for the program that we may not otherwise get in other parts of the application.